Hey everybody, Chris Bober here with Team Bober at Nebraska Realty, and we are almost at Thanksgiving, and we are so thankful for everything that's happened this year because despite a lot of negativity in the marketplace and the pandemic, Team Bober, we've had a record year. And what I'm going to show you is some very interesting statistics that's going to show how great the real estate market's been overall. And then we're going to try to look forward a little bit as to what's coming. So let's go ahead and dive into it. What we have here is we have the first 3 quarters of 2020, right, all the way through September. The other data is not quite ready just yet, but it shows a very interesting trend on how great things have been this year in the real estate market. So if we look at it, just some quick facts that I found very interesting, and I grabbed these from our MLS just the day before yesterday. This is actually what's going on in our current market is we are about 14% up when it comes to closed sales, right? That's the amount of volume that have gone into the marketplace. It's up over last year, which is amazing. We also have about 10% change upwards in the median closing price, which is with low inventory. That makes sense. Amazingly, as when I pulled this a couple days ago, we are literally down almost 50% in inventory based upon the day that I pulled it from last year. So as you can see, we are way down when it comes to inventory. But let's dive into these stats just a little bit more. Now these are the residential closed sales for the past 4 years from 2017, 18, 19, and 20. And the gray marks bars here are 2020. As you can see, we were on a record pace early in the year. This is about the time the pandemic hit. Things kind of slowed down. We had an even here, and we were down 12% in May. Now, once we started getting past that, we couldn't hold this market back, and you can see we've overperformed pretty much every month throughout the rest of the year, right? And it's just been amazing how much the real estate market has bounced back, just in overall volume. People want to buy and sell houses. So those are great numbers that we've seen. Haven't seen these numbers yet, but I'm pretty sure October was a record, and then November should be pretty good too. So this is the overall volume that is sold for the first 3 quarters of the previous 3 years, 2017, 18, 19. In 2018, we had our record year, $2.5 billion in the first 3 quarters of the year. First 3 quarters of 2020, $2.849 billion. We're outpacing that by $300 million. That just goes to show you how much real estate has been sold this year. I would have never guessed those numbers are good. We've been overall that much higher, but the numbers don't lie. It goes to show you how great 2020 has been. All right, let's jump into some other sales. This is just a reiteration of how many have closed. You can see we're up for existing homes in September of 2020 was up 13%, and overall for 2020, we're still up 5%. This is kind of the 12-month rolling average. As you can see, every month is up except for April and May during the pandemic or coming right after the start of the pandemic. So those are good signs here. Closed sales are awesome. This is where we start to separate and see the difference of what's going on in this market. So these are active listings over here, and you can see in 2019, the listings kind of went up, and then they started going down as properties came off the market. This is 2020, this gray line here. This is where we get the 48% down. We have, it's even lower now, honestly, but we have about 1,000 existing single family houses on the market when our market is used to, this time last year in September, there's about 2,400 houses for sale. There's nothing for sale, but this is 2020, the pending contracts. Pending contracts are up. So even though we have less property for sale, we're still selling more of it, which is absolutely amazing. It's crazy. You look at pending contracts tend to start going down as the seasonality of the cold weather starts to kick in. All right, number of homes for sale, just another iteration of how we are down. New construction is down 34% in September, and in September, the average listings was down 54%. Those are just definitely indications of low inventory in the marketplace. Now, how's this affecting you guys as consumers? Well, quite honestly, it's affected in 2 ways. The first way is your houses are going to sell usually pretty fast. So the average days on market has continued to go down. For existing houses in September, it was just 10 days. Year to date, through September, 16 days on the market, where the last couple of years are a little bit higher. And as you can see, year-over-year change is super fast. In September of 2020, you're looking at 10 average days on the market, which is down 28% from the year before. That's just absolutely amazing how fast these houses are selling. This is the average and median days on market. You can see March, April took longer and steadily went down every month. We are seeing the exact same thing in October. It's probably either going to be lower. In November, maybe just a slight tick up. So good information there. Now this is the absorption rate. So the absorption rate is how many months of inventory we have based on the current pace. So this is measured in months. So this is the overall average. The gray here is the overall market average. And we see the lower end, 100 to 250, under 100, and 200 to 500. Those all are pretty low. And this is the 500 plus, which amazingly was 7-8 months of inventory. Now we're down to about 3.5. So the average months of inventory supply we have right now is less than a month. So if we keep on the pace we're going, we don't even have a month's worth of inventory, which is ridiculously fast, and it's crazy to think that that's how little inventory we have. Didn't think I'd ever see it. I don't think anyone thought it'd be this low for this long. All right, lastly, the thing that's gonna affect the most is the price. So lower inventory, a lot of people in the marketplace buying what we see as record pricing. This is existing homes. You can see we've gone up 7, 7.5, 8, and 9% every year. The values continue to go up on existing houses, and after a small dip in 2018, we've had steady growth in the new construction. New construction average price is up 10.4% for this year. That's pretty crazy to see how high the prices are going because of low inventory. All right, lastly, the way it works, if you're going to sell your house, you're going to get a good offer. This is an indication of the amount of percentage of list price received. So if you list it for $200,000, how much are you getting of that $200,000 when you list? These prices keep going up. We keep listing them higher. We keep selling them higher. It's just amazing that we are averaging, in the month of September, we sold 100.7% of the list price. That means everyone out there average selling more than the price that they listed their house for. And then overall for the entire year, it's just under 100%, and that's up a little bit from last year. Here's the rolling averages. You can see if you price your house correctly, you should get at or above listing price based upon the demand. So here's a little bit of a summary to tie this all together. Now we're going to look at what's going to happen next year, maybe as the year closes a little more data. We might have a little more information on what 2020 will bring. However, we do know that 2021 will be a record year. I mean, COVID is not going to slow this thing down. There's no way the demand for houses is not going to continue to go up. It's crazy, and even despite we're in a pandemic, it's starting to get a little bit more out there. We're still selling houses, and it shouldn't hold it back too long. It's still a seller's market, but I want to put a little asterisk here and say that that means that those houses are priced correctly. You can't just say, okay, I have a $200,000 house, I'm going to try to sell for $250,000. It doesn't work. People actually expect houses to be priced more accurately now than ever because of the speed of the market. So you still got to be good at pricing, which I think we do a pretty good job with. It's a great time to sell. I don't know how much more I can put it to say that if you are looking to sell your real estate right now is the time. We are experiencing some seasonality in our marketplace. We have the holidays coming up, so it's not like it was 30, 60 days ago, but you'll still get a great result, and going forward, you're going to get great results for a while. Here's the funny thing is, it's still a pretty good time to buy too. What that means is that interest rates are so low that purchasing real estate right now is a great investment, because a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, as interest rates go higher, you're not going to get as much bang for your buck. So even though prices are high, it's still a great time to invest and to buy real estate. So here's my prediction. This market will continue throughout the winter, right? And it's not going to be as fast. There's not going to be as much volume, but it will still be a great time to buy and sell real estate. So if you are looking to buy or sell real estate, especially this winter, I love selling real estate in the winter because people are serious, they're very succinct, and they get after it. So if you're looking for anyone, or you know anyone that's looking to buy or sell, build, invest in real estate this winter, give us a holler. Go to teambober.com to learn more about what we do, and we would love to see you out there. Thanks for tuning in today. Give us a holler for any real estate questions. We'd love to help. Happy Thanksgiving.